Breaking news, the 2016 Bilderberg Group location and dates have been revealed, and in an unprecedented move, it is not being held in the Washington, D.C. area, which is customary usually on election year. This time they've moved it over to Germany. It will take place June 9th through the 12th in Dresden, Germany. So far, the only news agency to report on this has been Der Spiegel, which is a German weekly magazine, which means the Mirror, and my friend Luke Radowski over at We Are Change, who's been tracking these guys for 10 years. And the reason for the change is obvious, because with social media, now they would have another instance like, oh, well, what happened back in 2012 when we discovered their location in Chantilly, Virginia, when this was their welcoming committee. This is footage that I shot. You can go and look at the Bilderberg Group playlist, and you can see other videos from the 2012 protest in Chantilly, Virginia. It's about maybe 25, 30 minutes outside of Washington, D.C. And so in order to avoid scenes like this, they figured that they would hold it halfway around the world over in Dresden, Germany. Again, breaking from their tradition. Obviously, during election years, they're going to meet to discuss who they're going to back, who they're going to tarnish, who they're going to throw under the bus. And so it makes it a lot easier for the power brokers to just travel if it's just a 30-minute drive, in the Washington, D.C. area. But I do think that this is an obvious move to try to prevent more scenes from what happened in the 2012 protest, now with social media having smoked the Bilderberg Group out of their holes. If you want to learn more, you can check out my book, The Bilderberg Group, Facts and Fiction. It just came out last year, and it tracks the history of the group, their financing. I've actually been able to get their tax returns. You can check some of my previous videos on that, but I do urge you to pick up the book because there's a lot more information in there. It covers how they were discovered, when they were discovered, the whole plan, the slow smoking of them out of their holes, politicians silent, Hillary Clinton confronted on what happens there back in 2008, and she cackled that she has no idea what the citizen journalist was talking about. Senator Barbara Boxer, I should have pulled up that clip, was confronted by myself and my friend Luke Radowski back in 2012 in Washington, D.C., in the Senate Hart Building, where she refused to give us a statement on that. So we can clearly see the clear agenda in the mainstream media to prevent any real reporting from being done. So you can't say that there's not a conspiracy or an agenda, an agreement between the Bilderberg Group and the major mainstream media to keep them silent because, well, such a powerful meeting of approximately 100 to 120 of the world's most powerful people, of course, the heads of media, top political advisors, the heads of most major banks, all just meeting together in a hotel that's shut down and surrounded by private security, and there's not a word in the major media about it. Just not interesting, I guess. Just not newsworthy, right? So obviously there has been an agenda, and in the tax returns, which, by the way, you might ask, how was I able to get the tax returns? Well, you should get my book, Bilderberg Group, Facts and Fiction, and you can get the whole story. But briefly, they have to have a bank account because somebody has to pay for the hotel and for the security and for the catering and all of that stuff, probably the flights for people to come and go, for the guest speakers and people to come. And so they have a legal entity set up. And because it's a nonprofit, they set it up as a nonprofit organization, a 50c3 organization. And so there are laws that say that those organizations must make their tax returns available to the public if you know where to look. So I was able to get like 5 years worth of their tax returns. And again, this is all documented in detail in the Bilderberg Group Facts and Fiction. I hope you get it in Amazon.com or download it onto your tablet. But briefly, the conference costs around $750,000. It's probably gone up now because it's prices of their security and inflation, etc. But generally, it's about $750,000 to put on the conference because they have to rent out the entire hotel. I mean, they literally shut it all down. So you're talking about hundreds of rooms that are vacant. And for just this 120 people and the security and their aides and stuff. So just a few hundred people come. So there's hundreds of rooms in the hotels that are empty. And so they have to compensate the hotel for that. They pay for the security, for the food, for the catering, probably for Planned Parenthood to, cater in the aborted babies for them to snack on. Who knows? But so the tax returns document the expenses and the some of their donors, which are news agencies like the Washington Post. So subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new. I will continue to cover the Bilderberg agenda. So just again, briefly, the 2016 meeting has been revealed. Hardly a word about it in any of the mainstream press. June 9th through the 12th in Dresden, Germany. Again, an unprecedented change from their usual methods of operation, which brings them to the Washington, D.C. area every election year. But again, they're trying to avoid scenes like this. So this is a private car that is picking up, with tinted windows, by the way, that goes and picks up all the members and drives them in so that they don't have to have their own personal cars be photographed and without the tint. So the cars the cars have the Bilderberg members in the back with extra thick tint on the windows, and then they sneak in. And so they're obviously trying to avoid a repeat of that. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Check out the Bilderberg playlist. I'll link it up down in the description below. And I hope that you'll go and pick up my book, The Bilderberg Group Facts and Fiction, and it will help to support my operation and this YouTube channel. So thanks again. Stay tuned. More videos coming soon.